Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about a vast majority of tokens. We are going to be addressing the elephant in the room, which is the fact that, hey, listen, although short term we might be in a Bitcoin-driven market, long term, this market is going to change drastically. So let's take a look at a few things. So one, I do want to talk about a few of these tokens that are on the list. We talk about most of these tokens actually quite a bit on this channel. Energy Web token is one, XLM, Hbar, ALBT, LCX, DAG, XDC, QNT, Casper, ALGO. A lot of these are gems that we've brought up because ultimately we can't invest in all of the great technology in this space because, listen, that would be just way too much. I love diversity, but there's so many incredible opportunities within this space. I try to mention all of them, but I'm not invested in all of them, sadly. But I will say right now that we are seeing a major shift happening globally. As we look at the bigger picture in the room, right? It's the fact that like everything right now around crypto is short term. People just want to make money, get out, and go buy whatever they want to buy and do whatever they want to do. But I want you guys to realize that we are seeing a major shift happening globally around payment systems, the global monetary system. I mean, everything as we know it is being changed. It truly is being changed. It's being upgraded. It's being completely disrupted by this technology. Now, a lot of people may ask and may assume, like, okay, well, if this is the truth, then like, why is crypto not going parabolic? Why aren't we sitting at a $10 trillion plus market cap? Why aren't we doing this? Like, there's still a ton of obstacles left for us to completely dismantle. And those obstacles are regulatory discussions, technology discussions. How can we connect to this? How can we do this? And we all know that QNT is solving a lot of that, as you guys are probably all aware. But yeah, things are going to take time. Listen, XRP, for an example, if you are an XRP holder, you should know that these things do take time. But we recently talked about in my Casper video, 87% of the global enterprise market wants to invest in this market in this year alone. Now, also, I shared with you guys this graph in that video as well, which shows the potential market cap size of Web 3.0 at scale, $140 trillion market cap. If you don't believe that crypto could get to this potential market cap, and we should say Web 3 itself, then why are you here? Because I asked this question a lot on this channel. I asked the question on, okay, well, where do you see the value in this technology? Are you just here for the quick pumps? Are you here for, this, that, whatever? Or are you here for life-changing wealth? Because at the end of the day, we have an incredible opportunity in front of us. We have what is called the fourth industrial revolution. This is happening, right? And we are seeing a lot of the evolution of these global systems and infrastructures happening right now. Around assets like Quant as well. Recently, we talked about Quant in a video where I was discussing the potential of what Quant could become and Quant can do, and everyone was just talking about, okay, well, why is the price here? You can't be focused on just the price aspect. If you focus on just the price aspect, you are only going to ruin your portfolio. Meaning, I could be invested in X token and I see another token doing this massive move. I'm like, okay, well, if this token has not moved, I'm just going to jump in this real quick and make quick gains. No, that's not why we're here. That is not why we're here at all. See, I look at this market as if we are going to get to that $140 trillion potential market cap. Do I have a time frame on that? Absolutely not. There's assets that I hold in this space that I have locked in wallets that I will never sell. There's wallets that I have that I will never touch for at least 5 to 10 years. And it's because I believe in the technology that I'm investing money into. And a lot of those, wallets and a lot of those assets that I am holding forever for a long-term period of time, whatever, I honestly have a ton of faith in it. I have the highest amount of confidence in it because I've done so much research on it. See, Quant is one that I've always welcomed short-term price volatility to the downside because I want to buy as much QNT as I possibly can. because I do believe that QNT will be essentially as large, if not bigger, than Bitcoin. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for that. But if you think about it, Overledger itself, just like Just a Tech Guy saying here, is the very first DLT gateway. And we're going to need this, right? As we focus on some of the bigger names out there, like R3, right? R3 has been a leader, a pioneer, if you will, around distributed ledger technology adoption. Now, we do see here, Forbes Blockchain 50 2023 has just been released, showing the global enterprises continue to invest in DLT to help drive efficiencies. We are delighted to see a number of these projects underpinned by Corda. Public or private DLT, it does not matter, Quant connects to. And it allows for all of these enterprises, all these corporations, institutions, all of them, to utilize any of the potential of these assets and these DLT. Now, also, the European Parliament, in a recent paper, they estimated the efficiency benefits from crypto, estimated at $33 billion per year. Think about that. $33 billion a year by utilizing crypto and DLT technology. Now ask yourself, why wouldn't all of these nations, why wouldn't all, every single major name out there, whether it be in business, finance, whatever, it does not matter, at some point in time we'll be utilizing this technology. I have zero doubt about that. There's obstacles in the way, there's things that we need to get, through. Again, regulations being a big one. But after that is done, the efficiencies of this technology is just far too great for these major nations, these major corporations, names, etc., all of them, to ignore. And we're starting to see this as well. Quant Network actually posted this article, which we've talked about a little bit. It's on Forbes. It's how MasterCard, Goldman Sachs, and other traditional finance titans are utilizing blockchain. And we do see the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization, insisted Larry Fink, chief executive of BlackRock. Now, BlackRock, they're saying $8.6 trillion assets under management here. It's around roughly $10 trillion. We see it right here. This was back in 2021. Today, it's probably around $8 trillion after, again, the losses of 2022. So about $8.6 trillion still. But this is one of the largest companies out there, right? And it is crazy because we are seeing tokenization becoming the reality on this is the next generation technology for securities. And it's crazy because SIX Digital Exchange, and if you guys follow QNT, you probably know about SIX. So they say the future of debt capital markets is digital. Moving an industry with legacy workflows and systems to digitization of securities has challenges. David Nunes will discuss the next steps at panel on automating the bond issuance process and DLT securities. Remember, this is not a small company at all. If you guys want to go and look at SDX, you guys are more than welcome to. But they are one of the leading names around digital assets out there. And again, with payment technology, we talk about XRP all the time. Cross-border payments, a $156 trillion market by itself. Think about how crazy this is, right? We recently just seen the Digital Pound Foundation and the UK itself as well announced that they are moving extremely fast on crypto. They want to become a crypto hub. The UAE also announced this. Almost every nation at some point in time is going to try to race towards that. We're seeing a race towards, who could become a crypto hub, while, of course, the U.S., stifles innovation and continues to drag their feet because, again, they're terrified of this technology. They want to control it, they want to kill it, etc. But we do see from Greg Lunt, 27, the digital pound could be an accelerator of innovation for the UK globally, according to Jana Pache. I hope that I'm saying that name right. Probably not, but nonetheless, we do see APIs that are interoperable and open banking standards. We remember, we talk about Quant a lot with this. Obviously, Quant is playing a vital role in almost all of this. But listen closely to this video or this clip. It's like about 39 seconds long, and then I will talk more about this after the fact.
If you've got a digital pound or a digital euro, and you've also got commercial bank money, you need to ensure that not only are they all fungible, but there's also the technical interoperability between them so that you can move between one form and another. You can have that through APIs that are interoperable, and that requires some open banking standards. We need a mechanism for CBDCs or potentially privately issued stablecoins to interoperate if we want to efficiently transmit money from one jurisdiction to another.
And the Digital Pound Foundation and the Digital Euro Association also have been two names that I've focused on quite a bit. These are think tank companies or organizations, if you will, but they are doing incredible work behind the scenes to help the vision and the value of DLT and CBDCs and things like that be realized in. And again, we're starting to see a big shift around CBDCs, around digital transformation services and stuff like that. Everything that we are seeing around currency and around the monetary system is being changed drastically within the entire global outlook. And I do believe that the UK has started a wildfire that has been spreading rapidly around the world right now, and that is with their discussions on CBDCs and the evolution of their currency. And outside of this, right, we also talk about what the IMF and, what we are seeing from even the World Bank and all of those names, what they're doing as well and what they are putting a spotlight on. Recently I seen a post from even the EU as well. And we actually talked about it a little bit around like banking, finance services and stuff like that. Shout out to Utility Theory for this, but we do see EU citizens, new banking supervision newsletter, crypto assets, a new standard for banks. See, the main thing that I love to bring up on this channel whenever I do talk about DLT technology and the power and the potential behind this, most of it does come off as like, okay, yeah, sure, it's hopium, whatever. But it's just because right now, as we focus on crypto, most people can't envision a future where crypto is the core infrastructure of the monetary system. See, I love to look at these think tank companies like the Digital Pound Foundation or even the Digital Euro Association, because these are two very large organizations that have direct connections with some of the leading names around finance and the monetary system. And they are putting in the time, the work, the effort to allow for the power behind this technology to be realized. But also, it already is being realized. This is a huge announcement that happened on the 15th. Crypto assets are subject to significant risk and boom and bust cycles, as the current crypto winter shows. They are not widely used in mainstream banking operations, yet the expansion of the crypto industry can also lead to crypto asset risk, spilling over into the banking sector. Most banks under ECB supervision have so far largely stayed away from crypto assets. Now, I want you guys to realize, right, that as we focus on this, it truly is something interesting when we see things like this. Okay? Reason why. We are seeing a complete hypocritical situation here. So first off, the title is A New Standard for Banks, Crypto Assets. But then within this, it's talking about the risk associated with it, why they're not utilized, why they could have this spillover effect. Now, on the other hand, let's talk about the efficiencies tied to this. Let's talk about what Quant has mentioned as well. Gilbert Verdian himself has mentioned the fact that crypto, DLT technologies, when done right, when adopted in right, could actually alleviate and help solve and also completely avoid a 2008-like recession. Because what these central banks and what banks are doing would be fully transparent. No matter what we see within all of these newsletters and these documents, it's almost all the same. It's an echo chamber of crypto is risky. Well, let's take a look at the banking scene. Let's take a look at finance right now in traditional spotlights. It's all risky. If I hold money in my bank, it's risky. If I go out and make a transaction with my card, I could have my card hacked. People can be transacting with my card. What they're talking about here with risk is how volatile this asset class is. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that this asset class is not volatile. But when you have large banks, large enterprises, all of them jumping in, and this is after regulations happen, because trust me, when we talk about how large of an opportunity this is, I do believe that we will see a dot-com bubble burst very similar, right? Very similar. What we'll see is regulations cut out all of the garbage coins, all of the coins that are completely worthless, and what we will have left is utility tokens. That's what I was trying to address in the beginning when we talk about, everyone's focused on the Bitcoin halving. Everyone's focused on what Bitcoin does next. Well, what happens when banks are investing trillions of dollars into this technology? Every single nation utilizing this technology. There's not going to be 23,000 coins. There's probably going to be like maybe 100. Think about how different this market's going to look at that point. Then we don't have any significant risk. There's not this, idea of like, okay, well, yeah, there's meme coins, there's this, there's that. No, all of that is completely gone with proper regulations. Now, also, I want to take you guys to what recently happened in December. It's official. The United States is developing a bank-to-bank digital currency. Every single major nation is doing this right now. The UK, the UAE, Saudi Arabia is even discussing it. And what's their goal of this new network? To reduce settlement risk in cross-border and cross-currency transactions. What's XRP doing? What's XLM doing? What's all of these tokens that we talk about on this channel doing? Like, most of them are solving efficiencies that almost all of these projects are trying to solve. They are trying to get around the idea of utilizing this technology, but we've already seen players like Swift fail many, many times before doing this. At some point in time, they will have no choice but to adopt this technology. And again, all of this, they're gearing us up for the CBDC approach. And CBDCs, again, a lot of people are focused on CBDCs as this, very negative approach to the evolution of money. I've talked about my concerns with this many times. You guys don't need to hear that, just an echo chamber at this point. But we do see if CBDCs are designed prudently, they could potentially offer more resilience, more safety, greater availability, and lower cost than private forms of digital money. That is clearly the case when compared to unbacked crypto assets that are inherently volatile. See, this is the problem that I have with CBDCs and these central banks. The reason why they don't want to utilize tokens like XRP or XLM is because the central bank has no control over those currencies. The central banks want full control. So what we will see is DLT technology. They won't be utilizing XRP. What they will be utilizing is the XRP ledger, a private ledger basis built on the XRP ledger that will be able to have the central bank control the CBDC and issue out the CBDC. This is why I say that the DLT market, the Web 3.0 market, could very well be worth $140 trillion. And we're seeing this happen before our eyes right now. Also, right, as we focus on this, at some point in time, as we focus on DLT technology and digital money, as we see the evolution of all of this before our eyes, as we do see tokenization, digitization, all of this be a main focus point. We see the EU, for example, focusing on the efficiency benefits of crypto and DLT. We focus on R3, talking about how global enterprises are investing in DLT to help drive efficiencies because they see the power and the potential behind it. I take you guys to the next stepping stone, which is, okay, once we see all of these major names jumping in, and once we see all of these enterprises, these major corporations and central banks and financial institutions, all of them jumping in and investing, okay, well, like, what is going to empower this? What's going to allow these traditional systems to be utilizing this technology? Well, it's going to be something like Quant. We do see from J Trades over on Twitter, we do see there's a lot of noise surrounding this industry, but few working on anything that truly matches the scale of what Quant Network sets out to achieve. The SATP will create a network of networks larger than anything we have seen. QNT will change the world. Now, again, a lot of what we are seeing discussion-wise around what Quant is doing, I feel like a lot of people don't understand exactly what they are doing. As we focus on what Quant is achieving with Overledger technology, it's allowing for all of those currencies that I mentioned, so XRP, XLM, all of them, their power, their potential, what they encompass themselves, what they are trying to achieve, is going to be realized through what Quant's doing for them. See, a lot of people try to compare Quant to Hbar, or compare Quant to XRP, or compare Quant to this. There's no comparison there. A lot of these tokens, the market size, the market potential, it's so large to the point that all of these tokens will be able to have a seat at the table and eat. There's going to be so much money being disrupted by this technology. We talk about trade finance. We talk about, cross-border payments. We talk about tokenization of the real estate market, tokenization of stocks, bonds, all of that. Like, these are huge opportunities. And as we focus on Quant, it's allowing for the technology aspect of DLTs. All of these tokens, it's allowing for traditional players that have this traditional network to directly plug and play into these digital networks through what Quant is doing. So at the end of the day, I want to bring you guys to the closing chapter, which is we are seeing the fourth industrial revolution be realized in before our eyes. This is going to be a revolution like we've never seen before. It's going to disrupt every single sector, every single major industry, and it's going to 100% be reliant on DLT technology. And it's going to specifically be the DLT technology that is extremely efficient, hyper-focused on utility, and also providing the overall power and potential that these enterprises, these institutions, etc., are striving to achieve. So this is once in a lifetime opportunities before our eyes. These are the tokens that I personally love to focus on. There's a ton of other ones out there as well, but these ones that we see on the screen, a lot of these are huge opportunities long term. And remember, it's so easy to focus on the price. It's extremely hard to envision the future. As I look at technology and look at the cycles of technology, we've seen Web 1, we've seen Web 2. If we follow the same pattern, Web 3 will be astronomically larger than anything technology-wise that we've seen in the history of technology. This will be such a large market, and it's not even at a fraction of where we are headed right now. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.